So I'm very pleased to introduce Ashley Uphoff and Jim Rosenbaum. They'll be presenting today on College for All, Opportunity or Obligation, how low SES students respond to the call to college. And we all owe Ashley congratulations. She just completed her master's in social science from the University of Chicago, and her key areas are educational access and equity. And Jim Rosenbaum has done really important work on community colleges, the College for All movement, college coaches for students from lower income families, high school to work transitions, school to work linkages, and housing relocation programs. And one thing I would say about Jim's work is he's really excellent at pinpointing places in the education system that are working inefficiently, and putting students at a real disadvantage when it comes to short and long-term earnings. Jim has also been great at making sure his findings are actionable and available to people who really have the power to make policy decisions. So he's given presentations to community college presidents and boards of trustees, as well as to employers and housing authorities. And he's received a number of awards for his work, most recently the Elizabeth G. Cohen Distinguished Career in Applied Sociology of Education Award at the AERA. So I'm pleased to introduce.
Thank you, Simone. We're going to give the talk in 3 pieces. I will begin. Ashley will carry over with the qualitative part, and then I will do the conclusion, and both of us will stick around to do some question answering. American society has embraced the College for All goal. 30 years ago, college was optional and not very available to low-income students. That has radically changed. 90% of high school graduates enroll in college in the 8 years after graduating. College for All has become a new reality, and it has the potential to reduce poverty and inequality in our society. Our primary goal today is to provide information about this new policy goal and how it is implemented, to recognize its failures, and to consider ways to increase students' success. College for All has had some remarkable results. Nearly half of college students attend community college, which have increased college access, but unfortunately not degree attainment. Indeed, for students who start at community colleges, the most frequent outcome is college dropout with no degree and no labor market payoff. This talk describes students' response to the call to college and ways to improve the process. While College for All is largely seen as a single strategy, we find that it actually offers many diverse options, and students may choose options to fit their needs. We present research that indicates the odds of degree success for different kinds of students. College for All has opened the opportunity for many options, but these options have not been explained to students, so students often unwittingly choose pathways that lead to predictable failures. We describe other options and describe their more promising outcomes. The paper addresses 3 main issues. 1, why do so many students embrace college goals even when they have low academic achievement? 2nd, how do students handle fundamental College for All challenges, such as academic preparation and degree choice? And 3rd, how can high schools prepare students to get dependable payoffs from college? To understand students' perceptions, we must first understand the social context. College for All is an idealistic reform with many successes, but we find that it also has major obstacles. We start by describing a student we interviewed for another study. Despite low test scores, this student persisted in a 4-year college, and she managed to get a BA degree, but it took her 9 years. And when she went to get a job, she could find no employment. We found her when she had returned to community college to get a 1-year certificate, which she hoped would give the occupational training that she needed. She is not unique. College for All raises hopes, but it often disappoints. We tell students to seek a 4-year BA degree, but that often takes 5 years in 4-year colleges, and it takes an average of 6 years or more if you begin in a 2-year college. We tell students that they can get a BA degree by starting at a community college and then moving on, but we don't tell students that the odds are very low of success at this route, and only about 20% manage to pull it off. Educators often wear BA blinders, and we don't notice other good options to recommend to students besides the BA. Sub-BA credentials have valuable outcomes, although sub-BAs, that is to say associate degrees and certificates, formerly had low value. Labor market changes have increased the number and value of sub-BA credentials. Of students who begin in community college, only 20% get a BA, but 33% get sub-BAs. Moreover, BA is not the only good payoff.
All right, well, while we're waiting for Jim, I'm going to at least finish up the introduction slide. As he was saying, students who begin in community college, only 20% get a BA, 33% get sub-BAs, and 46% drop out. BA is not the only good payoff. While BAs get 34% higher earnings than high school graduates, associates get 22% payoff, and certificates a 13%. Moreover, college dropouts get no better earnings than high school graduates. Using the ELS and national survey data, we ask how student GPA and socioeconomic status predict students' odds of completing a BA. Then we do the same for sub-BAs. Later, we will look at how students view fit in this larger social context. We show where students can get dependable payoffs. We show what students choose when BA is blocked. All right, in these tables, we examine which students get BA opportunity. We created tables showing which percentage of students get BA degrees as a function of socioeconomic status and GPA. For clarity, we shaded cells, just checking for Jim, with 50% or higher BA success. Okay, the results are clear. High SES students have a simple linear model where BA odds steadily decline with lower GPA, but stay above 50% for most deciles until the 4th decile. Low SES is a more precipitous decline. Remarkably, only the top decile of GPA has high odds of BA, above 85%. The next 2 deciles drop much lower and go below 50% after the 8th decile. We shaded 50% or higher odds, and we see they are very different for high and low SES. While high school counselors urge community college students into BA transfer programs, BA success rarely happens.
In contrast, many kinds of students get sub-BA opportunity. This is really amazing. Sub-BA mostly does not depend on SES or on GPA. Sub-BA odds don't go below 50% until the bottom 2 deciles of GPA for both high and low SES groups. Indeed, if we shift to test score deciles, all cells show 50% or higher odds for sub-BA. While BA odds reproduce initial inequalities of students' background in terms of test and SES, sub-BAs do not. Even low SES students with low test scores have good odds of sub-BA success and its earnings payoffs. Moreover, earnings is not the only indicator of good jobs. Besides having earnings payoffs, our studies find that sub-BA credentials, both associate degrees and certificates, also have non-monetary job rewards comparable to what BAs get, such as challenge, learning opportunities, and autonomy. Moreover, they often lead to higher degrees. In contrast, dropouts who get some college have no better non-monetary payoffs than high school graduates. Sub-BAs not only increase earnings, they have the potential to reduce inequalities in job conditions. New slide. When students enter community colleges, most take the college remedial test and are assigned remedial courses if they have low test scores. This happens to about 60% of students in community colleges. Remedial courses are non-credit, so students' degree goals become more costly in time and money. As we see in the 3 columns on the right, this is a complicated table, but on the 3 columns on the far right, BA odds plummet when remedial increases from 0 to 1 to 2 or more. High test students' BA odds plummet from 79% to 40%. Where do these students go? Well, there are 2 logical options. One, they could get sub-BAs, and the others, they could get nothing. They could drop out. When BA plummets, sub-BA does increase a little bit, but dropouts increase a lot. If you look at columns 1 to 3, dropouts are increasing a great deal. Dropouts indeed are community colleges' biggest products, and remedial courses greatly increase them. Turning to the next table, the next slide, we did multinomial logit, which lets us see who chooses which outcomes. As we see in the second column, where sub-BA is compared with BA, the BA is chosen by students with higher test scores and higher SES than the sub-BAs. However, contrary to the conventional image of college dropouts as having low achievement, the first column shows that dropouts have higher achievement than sub-BAs. The students are choosing dropout over sub-BA, even though sub-BAs have lower test demands and better earnings than dropouts. In summary, while low SES students have good BA odds for the top 3 deciles, they have good sub-BA odds for students in most GPA deciles and in all test deciles. However, rather than seek sub-BA payoffs, many students are dropping out and getting no payoff. This raises the question of how students understand their options, which is we turn to next, and Ashley will present.
Thanks, Jim. We will now turn to the second part of this talk, where we will examine students' views of college for all. Oh, here's my bubble. Sorry, technical difficulties. We interviewed 58 seniors in 4 urban high schools. For our sample, we asked counselors in each school to provide names of seniors with diverse academic achievement, and we believe we got that. Most seniors we contacted agreed to be interviewed, and teachers consented to let them out of class. Among the high schools, 2 were predominantly Black and 2 predominantly Hispanic, all mostly low income. We studied about 15 students from each school and interviewed guidance counselors to provide some context for student reports. Our sample is too small to draw broad generalizations, and it likely underrepresents students with poor attendance. However, our goal is not necessarily generalizability, but rather to identify how students understand college for all and respond, contrasted with our uninformed assumptions. This is a relatively unstudied area and little is known about it. Students in our sample varied greatly in grades and test scores, and many disliked high school. So we expected many students would be reluctant to enroll in college. However, nearly all students were determined to attend college. While researchers see seniors' college plans as a choice, these students see no alternative. Nearly all seniors stated that college was necessary to get a good job, become financially stable, and make their family proud. These students discussed college entry and completion as the only way to achieve success and enter the middle class. Moreover, the stakes are high. Students believed that individuals who did not complete a BA were doomed to a life of financial hardship, minimum wage jobs, and even homelessness. Simply put, students viewed college as an opportunity and an obligation. Remarkably, students buy into the college for all idea, even if they dislike school and have low grades and test scores. Ultimately, students hear the college for all expectation and view college as a mandate. In their words, students say, College is basically what you have to do to succeed in life. In the USA today, in America now, you can't really do anything without a college degree. And finally, college is necessary because I see my neighborhood and people have minimum wage jobs and really can't support their families that well. Going to college is really important. Furthermore, when asked how their plans would change if they did not attend college, students were confused, nervous, fearful, and even offended at the prospect. The requirement of college was so clearly understood that students could not imagine a path that didn't include college, and they acted as if college was a natural part of life, just like high school completion. As a result, students could not imagine backup plans or career pathways that didn't include attending college and obtaining a bachelor's degree. After one student was pressed multiple times about how her plans would change if she didn't attend college in the fall, she said, "I'm going to college," and refused to provide another answer. One student summed it up nicely and said, "No matter what happens, I'm going to college. I think college is very necessary to complete all goals. Everyone's supposed to go." Finally, the interviewer asked one student, if you don't end up going to college, what do you think you would do? And all she could say was, "That would be horrible." Students expressed fear and uncertainty at the possibility of not attending college. Much of this fear likely stemmed from the students' perceptions that college was essential to attain a middle-class lifestyle and financial stability. While some students enter college to get rich and be the boss, as some of our students did say, most see college as necessary to avoid poverty and achieve financial stability. Students accept this college for all reality and see their families' economic deprivations as happening because they lack college degrees. As a result, students focus on college as necessary to attain a decent job and see no alternative. In our sample, 63% of students stated that a college's graduation rate or job placement rate for graduates were among the top 3 factors in choosing a college. As one student summed it up, "I believe that's the point in going to college. Everybody goes to get a job." Students believe that a college degree is essential for success. However, most students are only aware of one degree, the BA. Therefore, students view college as a dichotomy: either achieve a BA and attain a good job, or settle for a high school diploma, which only leads to minimum wage earnings. We can be happy about students' optimism. Unfortunately, seniors' BA focus is not likely to succeed. As we noted above, the odds of BA completion for many students are quite low, and among community college students, nearly half drop out with no credential and no payoff, while only 20% get a BA. Furthermore, dropouts have equivalent or better high school achievement as sub-BA graduates. Therefore, dropouts are academically capable of achieving a credential, but our interviews suggest they may be unaware of sub-BA options. Next, we describe students' views of 2 topics. First, their academic preparation for admission and success in college, and second, their views of degree options and how they fit their goals. As we shall see, students have a limited understanding of these fundamental issues, which may lead to harmful outcomes. Students in our sample strongly believed they could succeed in college despite their mediocre high school grades. Teachers and counselors encouraged them to attend college and often stated if they worked hard, they would succeed. Students believed they could be hardworking if the stakes were high, though most hadn't seen high stakes or demanding curriculum in high school. As a result, students' drive often seemed vague and abstract. This may indicate how little students know about college and the obstacles they could face. When pressed to discuss potential obstacles they might encounter, students only mentioned financial constraints and academic preparedness, both of which they believed they could overcome through dedication and hard work, although their plans seemed vague and not based on actual experience. The first two quotes on our slide demonstrate these ideas. One student says, "What will be the most difficult thing about college? I don't think there will be anything difficult about college if I put my mind to it." When the interviewer asked another student what could get in the way of your going to college next year, she said, "Nothing. I have the drive and ambition to do so. I feel like nothing could get in my way." Additionally, many students exhibited overconfidence about their odds of admission into highly prestigious colleges. Although most students had below average GPAs and test scores, they believed they still had a chance to enter highly selective schools. This focus prevented them from considering other, more suitable options. This attitude was particularly surprising because these same students expressed concerns about the quality of education they received from their high school or doubts about the advice they got from their school's counselors. Nevertheless, they believed they could beat the odds with willpower. Few students realized their scores were far too low to be competitive at the top tier universities to which they were applying. Students in our sample stated that they intended to apply to Harvard, Yale, UCLA, Northwestern, the University of Chicago, and other top tier schools, despite their average or poor high school achievement. Students report that their high expectations were often encouraged by counselors and teachers who told them that they should attend college. Students took the advice as reflecting teachers' and counselors' confidence that they could handle college-level academics if they worked hard. In separate interviews, counselors confirmed students' reports. Counselors reported that the district policy encouraged all students to attend college, and the counselors were happy to offer an optimistic view, but hesitant to provide direct advice. Although some counselors' interviews expressed doubts about whether many students could handle college, they rarely expressed such doubts to students since they lacked the systematic information on graduates' college outcomes, and they wanted to encourage students' hopes. As a result, even students with low grades took counselors' and teachers' encouragement to indicate a positive expectation with no uncertainty, assuming they worked hard. While we're happy to see students' confidence and educators' encouragement, optimism isn't enough. Students were badly mistaken about their chances of being admitted to selective schools and the obstacles they may face in college. Although many students felt they could overcome any obstacle with hard work, their odds of being accepted to these selective schools were low. In the National IELTS survey, only 5% of low SES students with average test scores attended highly selective four-year institutions. In addition, community college students with high test scores in the top third only had a 30% chance of completing a BA degree, and the odds were only 20% for students with average grades. While confidence is nice, students should be aware of potential obstacles, steps they can take, and desirable backup options. But students had no idea about these issues. As noted earlier, most low SES students with above average grades have less than 50% odds of getting BA degrees, but these students had no idea about this risk. Counselors should raise these issues, but many students reported that counselors support their decision to aim high and said nothing about backup degree options, just as we heard in our counselor interviews. Although counselors urged students to apply to a safety school, counselors often advocated community colleges as a cost-effective way to get BA degrees, without mentioning that BA transfer programs in community colleges have low odds of success. Again, about 20% in the IELTS survey. Students were also poorly informed about college degrees and which colleges give which degrees. While 80% of high school seniors nationwide have BA plans, few understand the path to a BA or alternate options such as sub-BAs. Furthermore, students don't know the potential obstacles or which backup plans have payoffs. Because of this, students are not prepared to take actions when they face obstacles. Since students don't know about sub-BA credentials or their benefits, students who face difficulty in BA programs, including remedial course delays, rarely turn to sub-BA options to gain some payoff from their time in school. Even the few students who have heard about associate degrees do not understand them. Many students don't know how long it takes to complete a BA, and some expect to get a BA in 2 or 3 years, when it usually or often takes 5, 6 years or more. Students understand the status associated with 4-year and highly selective colleges. Sorry, my voice is going. And graduate degrees or bachelors, but they have no idea of the academic demands of these credentials, their odds of achieving them, or how long they will take. While students understand this, I think I'm lost on my notes. Some students in our sample, said community colleges are low status, second-rate schools, calling them a last resort or not real college. Many students say they offer open access to a low-cost BA degree. However, despite their open access, students' community college plans focus on BA transfer programs, despite counselors' urgings, have poor success rates. Most students have BA plans and they lack knowledge about other credentials. In our sample, only 2 students mentioned specific sub-BA programs that were of interest to them. And these students said the programs were their backup option. None of the other students considered sub-BA degrees or any other backup option that didn't include college. Moreover, of these students don't realize the low odds of attaining a BA if they start at a community college. While community colleges offer transfer to 4-year colleges, 4-year institutions rarely accept many community college credits. So BA transfer programs increase students' average time to degree by 1 to 4 semesters. Discovering that many hard-won credits don't count is disappointing and may discourage students from pursuing a BA. Given the low academic achievement of most students in our study, few are likely to complete a BA, but many would have high odds of sub-BA attainment.
I will take over from here. We return to our earlier question, why do so many students choose dropout, which has no payoff, instead of a sub-BA, which has many payoffs? The sub-BA is not harder. It actually has lower test scores than dropouts do. However, students think college is necessary for a decent life, and students know only about BAs, and they rely on BA goals without realizing their low odds or realizing there is a good alternative. More students would be likely to get some payoff from college if they were informed about sub-BAs as a possible backup option. Although reforms can improve BA access for some students, many students will continue to need backup options to avoid dropping out and getting no payoffs for their time in college. As we've seen, sub-BAs are available to a wide variety of students, and they offer good payoffs. To improve students' transitions, more research is needed on many topics. How do counselors help students navigate these issues? How do institutional supports help students? How do students think about these issues after they enter college? What is the college dropout process, and how could backup options reduce dropouts? This is an extremely exciting area for researchers who want to make a difference and improve the lives of the next generation. We believe these findings can help all students benefit from the time and money they invest in college. Students need to be shown backup options. Our earlier research actually has had such an impact. And indeed, at a talk that we gave at IPR, one goal is a college support program which urges one goal, that all students seek BA degrees. When I gave this talk, staff people from the One Goal program argued against my findings, and I responded, but I didn't think they were convinced. However, recently I learned that they decided I was right. And instead of their focus on one goal of a BA degree, now their one goal is any degree. They've changed the definition of their program, and BAs and sub-BAs are both encouraged. We find it very gratifying that our research can help improve their good program. College for All has come suddenly and with little explanation about how it can help new kinds of students. What observers see as choices, students see as mandates that they poorly understand. Students know only a few colleges, the famous ones or the local ones, and only one degree, and they don't know which options match them and their needs. Students don't know which options they're prepared for or which options raise concerns. As educators, we make assumptions based on our own preconceptions of students' needs, but our preconceptions are based on our experiences with a very different kind of college. Reality may be different judging from the students' reports that we've reported here. Our sample is small, but it is diverse, and it is large enough to tell us our usual preconceptions are sometimes wrong. Research can reveal what options might help these students and give dependable success. In conclusion, College for All is not just an option. It is seen as a mandate that requires many students to find new ways to benefit from college. When 90% of high school graduates attend college, we clearly have attained an important success, but much more must be done to turn college access into college success. Thank you.